Good morning class, I am your SST teacher. Today is 24th of June and we are in the third part of the same chapter, third video for the same chapter, fundamental rights and duties. We have already seen what are fundamental rights. What are the rights that the constitution of the country or that the government of the country gives us. Now, I have been explaining you that whenever you are given some rights, there will be some duties to follow on. Rights cannot be left alone. Rights always accompany with duties. So we have already covered the rights of the citizens. Today we see the duties of the citizens. There are many duties that we need to follow. But out of those, some of the important duties that every one of us, if we are a part of a country, we need to follow, we need to abide by. Rights cannot be left alone. They go hand in hand. Right is obsolete, right is no more equal, or right is not at all applicable if it does not accompany duties. The first duty is, some of the duties are mentioned in the books. I'll just read and explain you what this point means. We should follow the rules laid down in the constitution and respect national flag and the national anthem. Now this is our basic duty towards our motherland. This is the basic duty that we need to perform as a citizen of a country, as a devotee of a country, that we should respect the national flag and national anthem. Now, this is what we have been teaching in the schools even. When you come for a prayer, when you come for a national anthem, we pay the privilege, we pay the respect, we pay a tribute to our motherland, to those sacrificers who sacrificed their lives for the freedom of our motherland. We pay tribute to them by being very attentive, by being very disciplined when we utter the national anthem or national song of the country. So it's our duty. It's our duty to respect. Wherever you hear the national anthem, it's your duty to stand straight and take a position and listen to it or murmur the words of national anthem. The second is, all the citizens must help to keep the country united. The second, it says that the citizens among themselves, they should cooperate each other, they should help each other, they should help the government, there should be a helping hand to the government in keeping the society united, in keeping the country united. No country should be divided in any form. The country is secular, sovereign, socialist. It must remain one at every time. That is why we call it unity in diversity. In spite of being diverse, we are united. We live together. The third is, all citizens must help the government when the country is in danger. Whenever the country is in danger, it's the duty of the citizens of the country to cooperate the government in any manner, in whatsoever manner we can. Like, we have been receiving the threat from the China. The current scenario is that the Chinese government or the Chinese economy have been threatening us through different. Now all the people who reside near the border areas of the China, it's their duty to remain united and help and cooperate the government of the country so that the government can have a better plan to safeguard the country from such dangers, such threats. The fourth point is, all citizens should promote the spirit of harmony and common brotherhood. Now, it's the duty of every citizen, it's the duty of all the people individually to maintain harmony in the country. Harmony is general peace that we all should strive for. We should not create a nuisance in the society, nuisance in the country, so that it affects the growth of the country, it affects the growth of the society. So we must maintain harmony and brotherhood among ourselves. We should not be divided into caste, we should not be divided into religions, but we must believe that every religion teaches the same principle, same philosophy. The only thing is the preaching style, preaching methodology may differ, but the message that is conveyed by every religion is same. So we must follow, we must abide by the same rules, that we are one, that is a human being first. The fifth point is, we should take care of our natural environment including forests, lakes, rivers and wildlife. Whatever public properties are there, which we call it as public property, be it a road, park, national museum, wherever you go, this is your property. This is made for you all. This is made for your generations to come up. Whenever they come up, they will see how India was or how were the growth during the ancestors' times were. So it's our duty to maintain the natural balance, maintain the natural environment in the most safest way. The sixth point is we should avoid violence and protect public property. Whatever public property is there, whatever services that is given to us, we should believe that it is our own. How we take the safety of our own product, it is our duty to take the safety of the same product. When you come to a school, when you are part of the school, you are asked to take the good care of the school belongings. Why? It is made for you only. It is your property only. It is for your development only. And the last point is we should value and help to preserve the rich heritage of our country. Indian heritage is a very rich and varied one, very vivid one. Means our heritage system is so developed, so renowned that many countries are followers of our civilizations, of our heritage. So we should be proud of it and we should safeguard it at any cost. We should create a atmosphere of love. We should create an atmosphere of peace in the area wherever we reside. So altogether, it's the duty of every citizen to participate in the development of the country, in the peace and harmony of the country, in the safeguardness of the country, and to maintain the natural balance. It is very important that all of us, each one of us, contribute their best to preserve the nature, to preserve the wildlife sanctuaries, to preserve the natural museums, to preserve the different gifts of the society, so that we and our coming generations could be a part of it, could learn it, could see it, and could enjoy the beauty of it. Thank you, class. This was about the duties of fundamental duties of every citizen. Tomorrow I'll putting up the last video on this. It's called directive principle, the last topic. I've already provided you the PDF of the chapter and I request you to go through it. And the moment we get over to the chapter, I'll provide you the details of question answers. You need to copy it down and send it to me. Thank you, class. By the end of the chapter, most probably on Saturday, we'll be having a class test of the same chapter. Thank you.